Pa-pa-pa-ra-pa, pa-pa-pa-ra-pa, pa-pa-pa-ra-pa.
Due litri,
Due
due
litri
litri
anche per te.
I want to make a very important correction about calling these woke enthusiast people, calling them libertarian. Okay? Because what is libertarianism? I don't know how to fucking say it. It's a super difficult word for me. But libertarianism and woke culture are often confused or placed at the same social level in debates. Okay? But they are built in very different principles. For example, libertarianism starts from the individual and prioritizes freedom from coercion. Its core idea is that people should be free to speak, think, and associate as they wish, even when ideas are offensive or unpopular, as long as they don't, of course, directly violate laws, they don't kill each other, and that's all. It's freedom.
Okay.
Instead, woke culture is start from groups and power structure, and it's focused on not on only freedom but on protecting from harm. Okay, it's different, including of course symbolical and psychological harm. Because of that, these people that believe in wokeism are more willing to regulate language, norms, and behavior, especially in institutions like universities and workplaces. Un attimo solo, facciamo un zoom in perché non vedo un cazzo. Yes, I don't see shit. How do you zoom on a Mac? No idea. Okay, no. Okay. So the main difference, to be very specific and not look at my reading skill, is that in a more libertarian way you don't act on those stuff that can be offensive or can be harmful.
Yeah.
Wokeism, in the contrary, want to act on it, so is very willing to add normatives, add laws, add rules in every sectoral way to try and negate this probable harm that may be caused to someone or something or what they identifies as. That's it.
But that is go on.
Libertarianism, in a way, let's say, wants the state, the law, to be outside and not to be involved in more personal matters. Okay, that's the main point.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I think the not acting, right? Like I don't agree necessarily that is the good thing, or there's the positive things that they're not doing anything right about it. Shouldn't be maybe the good thing, but I also disagree that limiting free speech and limiting certain things, then that is not like a solution, or that's not like a positive way to go about it. And I mean, I feel like, especially whenever it comes to free speech, you cannot limit that, right? And I heard this very important thing, I don't remember where, right? But what we should do is respond to the message, right? Deal with
What
the
message? Oh, okay.
Just in general, right?
Okay.
Whenever somebody is speaking, if you made the example before, right, in Italy with the neo-fascists, right? There you don't deal with the messengers, right? You deal with the message. You know that fascism is wrong, that everything, right? You don't go and bring them to a fucking prison and or beat them up, or but you logically and critically deal with the message. That should be the same. That should be always the same, right? When something is very offensive, if something is really bad, you don't take that person and you take it out or something. Well, obviously, if they're violent, if they're actually actively encouraging hate and encouraging violence, like, of course,
Mm.
that is something different. That is hate speech. That is that can be illegal in some ways. But I'm just saying, like, if um, um, it's like you can act on the message, you can respond to the message rather than the messenger. So in this case, wokeism could still be active and not maybe in like maybe in a more positive way, or liberal it. Oh, that's quite encouraging hate is different than encouraging violence. No, hate is violence. 100%,
Oh yes,
100%.
it
Hate is
is.
a form of violence. It can be psychological, more psychological, 100%. But violence can indeed also be psychological. So encouraging hate is it's illegal, but yeah, no, I disagree with
Yes,
you, and
hate.
I think that
It's
is
something that should not be that common in this
condoned.
world, in
Yeah,
my
no,
opinion.
should.
Should not be in people's minds every time. There's too much hate. I see in the USA now. The situation is scary. No, by the way,
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with you in some way, but let's say not acting is not do anything. Okay, not acting is not make rules that that
No,
make me not
absolutely.
speak. Okay, that's the point. That's
Absolutely,
the point.
absolutely agree
If
with that.
there's something
Absolutely agree with that.
wrong, if there's something wrong, it will not be let. Okay, it will not. It's not.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, yeah.
It's very easy to confuse the fact that okay, so every crime I make a I hate you, I say something bad about you, I hurt you because of your race, of your sexual identity. You are not unpunished. That's the point.
Hmm.
That's the difference. It's something that I want to specify very importantly. Okay,
No, absolutely.
and in
I
the
do
other
agree with
like
that.
go.
No, yeah,
Yes.
it's just a very it's a very it's a gray area, right? Because you don't want to go against free speech. You don't want to limit somebody's freedom, um, but you also don't want to not do anything. So of course, if somebody commits a
What do you mean with
crime,
anything? What do you
that's
mean with
they're
anything? What do you mean? Yes. Okay. What do you mean with anything?
well. You can actively communicate what should, what might be a more positive um, way of speaking. You can encourage a more positive behavior, more inclusive behavior.
Okay.
You can encourage that. You can always encourage that. And when you have the opposite, you can break that down. You can go against it, right? Not cutting it off, not sending them away in prison, but just responding to the same speech with another speech that is like free speech. That's how discussions, that's how conversation are made,
Oh yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
debates are made, and that's how society advances. But it's very important not to limit free speech, because exposure is extremely important for to build that resistance, to build that yeah, the resistance that people have. Something that's new is very scary, but if you go through the same thing a few times, then you're fine. And of course, I think
Okay.
uh, trying to create a trying to create a comfortable environment for everybody is very important, but it's impossible to limit everything. So you should try to
Oh yes, it's not.
educate everybody. You should try to educate. I think that's a correct word. With education, you can fight that ignorance, and you can push for a conversation. You can push for a better debate, right?
Read the message in the chat, please.
Wait 1 second. So if I were to say I hate Donald Trump, that would be the same as I want to see Donald Trump get killed. No, no. Obviously, that's
I can't hear
something.
you anymore.
You cannot hear me. Bro, can you not hear me?
No, no, now I hear you. Sorry, live should be good. I was just the
Yeah,
our
okay.
connection.
Okay, I was just responding to Hanfixar. So if I were to say I hate Donald Trump, that would be the same as I want to see Donald Trump get killed. No,
No, it's not
you
the same
are
thing, but you know,
No, absolutely. But hating Donald Trump could be a form of violence. Uh, but violence can also be hate. I think they're not the same thing.
you know,
So but they do overlap in a certain way, in a certain context. Obviously, if you make it extreme, if you make an extreme example like that, that's very different. But if I let's say that I hate homosexuals. I don't. I have
yes, that's more
many
appropriate.
friends. Just okay.
Not hating
I
homosexuals,
hate
I guess.
homosexuals. That would be a form of violence against homosexuals that can be psychological. It can be a sort of on an institutional level. It can be many things, but
By the
it
way,
can be
no
seen
hate
as
is
as a
not violence.
yeah. So hate.
You are in this example. You are in this world. You are free to hate who the fuck you want. If I hate
Exactly.
the guy on my left, on my right, as for you, I don't know how on my it's complicating. On my right for you,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's
I should be
thing.
able to hate him with no problem. You hate person, hate that person.
Yeah.
Hating is not the point here. Is the point of what we are saying. It's more about discrimination. If you hate a certain category of people, let's say, to be very general, and you discriminate this category of people just
Yeah.
based on your hate or based on something else, as that is something
Yeah.
to be not followed, to be not
Yeah. I mean, if you act
accepted,
on
more or
your
less.
yeah, if you act on your hate, uh discrimination is fine if you believe in free association. What is free association?
It's,
I'm sorry, I am not
no, it's like protests, my friend. Being able to associate peacefully to protest. Um, Discrimination is not very fine, but you know, in any case, it's discrimination is fine.
uh
Oh, you can choose that. You
Free
can very choose that.
association is a psychological technique popularized by Sigmund Freud, where individuals verbalize all thoughts that come to mind without censorship. Now, um, it's okay. Uh, you can choose what I associate with or not associate with.
Yeah, so in your private
Um,
life, you can do the
that
fuck
is,
you want. To
yeah.
be
You
honest,
can,
you should
yeah,
not
yeah,
be
exactly. You can
biased
choose
by
what you
anything.
associate and what you don't associate with, but you cannot actively discriminate against a group of people depending on race or on their sexual orientation or
No, it's not.
whatever sort of, if you actively discriminate against them, that means that if you are an employer, you don't hire people that are black. If you are from HR, you give a lower recommendation for somebody that is gay. No, you can't. That's illegal. You shouldn't. And maybe you can, right? Because unfortunately,
In
there
your
is
private
no.
matter, you can do what I want, what you want,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
in that.
And after that,
Yeah.
if you are something hiring and you want to discriminate something, that's another story. In my
Yeah.
way, okay, in my view.
100%. No,
Your personal life,
so
do what you want, man.
then like discrimination, like if that's in your head, that's absolutely fine. If you act it out, that has a real effect. that is pretty sure it's illegal depending on the case. But no, you shouldn't do it. Well, there is a
Depends on
difference when
what
I
is.
do versus the government does. No, no, very depends.
Well,
It really depends. Uh,
it's a very general
if
question.
yeah, so
Thousands of outcomes, but
yeah, indeed, like again, if you are actively discriminating, which results like in an outcome for somebody else, if you affect somebody else that is being discriminated against by you, that is the same as if the government does it. That is exactly the same. The only difference is obviously the government affects way more people. You only affect one, but you're both pieces of shit. There is absolutely no
like
difference
that.
in this
Okay.
instance. That it really depends on the case. Obviously, where uh, we started with how wokeism was an umbrella term under like with so many things. We haven't gotten even there, but
No, no, no. We
so
have
you
to go
think
a
that
little
if I'm
bit.
wrong, if I own a restaurant and I refuse to serve black people, for example,
Yes, for sure.
I don't think you're wrong. I know that you're wrong. 100%. That is true. Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Because you're offering a
That
public
is
service.
racism.
That is,
Yeah.
you have a public service, and public means everybody. Everybody. If
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, and I mean there is laws against that, 100%.
yeah.
You
Okay.
so it wouldn't be wrong only, it would be illegal actually. So yeah,
Okay. Now let's deep dive
if a
into
black
the.
person
Oh,
if
okay.
a black person refuses to serve white people in the restaurant, are they wrong? 100%. Same
Yes, they're wrong.
same topic. They're discriminating against somebody because of race. It's not only they're wrong, but they're 100% they're doing something illegal. So yeah, yeah, absolutely same thing. If a black person against whites is a white person against black, they're both racist motherfuckers. 100%. Yeah, the situation is the same. Yeah.
Okay, are we done? Are we good? Are we all ready to dive into the fantastic world of so if you go into a black restaurant dressed up in a full Nazi regalia, the black person must serve me according to the law? Yes, they can. They have to do it.
They can also call the police depending
I
on
don't
if
think full Nazi regalia is a problem. It's your fashion choice. I don't
no.
think there are laws.
I
Right,
think
stylish.
something with I mean
Bro,
if
it's fashion
okay, no, no,
choice.
let's say yeah, no, if let's say that it is only fashion and they're behaving and everything, if there is no illegal thing happening, and if they're being dressed in a full Nazi regalia is not an illegal thing, absolutely, yeah, they should serve it, 100%.
Of course, depends on this person, but if it's just a costume, it's just a costume.
Yeah.
It's you may not
Now, if
like
they
it.
start,
It's stupid.
if they speak in an aggressive manner, if they insult the blacks, if they act better, then the illegal part is forcing somebody to serve me or anyone else. This is free association.
No,
Uh,
no, it's their
no,
job serving food, so
no,
it's
no.
it is work.
Like it's not discriminating. You are free as a owner, as a manager of like a restaurant. If somebody is drunk, acting in a disorderly manner, if they're insulting people, if they're bothering people, 100%. You could send the full Nazi regalia dressed up guy out because their outfit and their kind of being there is bothering all the customers, and in that sense you will have to go there and very kindly, hey, I apologize, this is bothering a lot of the people, so I must regret, I need you, I need to ask you to leave. But not you cannot just send them away because of that. um
there
like
are for
you
sure
yeah
rules, legislation about what restaurant owner
Yeah.
can do and cannot do. And I would say it should not be put together the topic of one dressed like a Nazi and one being black. It's a little bit stupid to address together the
Yeah.
two things. It's not the same
Yeah.
thing. Okay, it's a
But also, I would want to say, you associating or not associating with a culture or an ideal or whatever doesn't change the laws that apply to all of society. You
yes, that's it.
can you can I can be the most neo-Nazi person
Yes, you
ever,
made the example in Italy
and
before.
as long
Okay, yeah.
as as long as I am not violent, I am not, you know, killing people, I'm not insulting people, as long as I live my life, I can believe anything I want to, you know. But that is free association. The fact that you're free to associate or not associate with something, that doesn't mean that you can discriminate against what you don't associate with. That is a very a clear distinction, and I think that's an issue that you have in the U.S. The fact that you cannot or there are instances in which this difference is not looked at, not pondered at all. Um, so yeah, little
Yeah, a little thing.
digression.
Okay, no. Now, your favorite topic, understanding wokeism. Are you ready to do internal rebirth? I don't know how to
This
call
entire
it.
scenario was part of the Civil Rights Act in America. It is an unconstitutional piece of legislation, however, nobody challenges because it will be called racist. In practice,
Yeah,
this
because
only
if you will
applies
be
to
called racism.
protected classes in America. I don't know what's the black
No,
or whatever, and I do not serve you, I will get sued. If I'm black or part of the protected class, nobody will care. If I don't want to serve a non-protected class people, well, that is
there are policies
uh,
like that now. We're not very informed on U.S. politics, to be honest. We
I
are
I I I
very
I,
far
I
away
couldn't,
from
yeah.
them, to be honest.
Yeah,
If you
I
care
couldn't
to,
answer you right now. If you
yeah,
can send a
as you
specific
what you're
source,
saying now is very wrong. Okay, because you should all be equal from in front of justice, in front of law. But
no, 100%. If that is something happening, that is a problem.
yeah,
Not because, not because you should be able to send a black guy away because you're racist. Um, it's wrong because the black people shouldn't have the possibility to send somebody away because of the race as well as,
yeah,
the white.
should be equal.
So it should be equal, but you shouldn't
It's very
move.
simple.
So if the scales are like that, you shouldn't want to move down to make it equal,
Oh, no, okay.
right? You should want to move the other scale up. You should want to improve, right? Making
Yeah.
everything better rather than
That's a very
than
common
going
point
down.
that people think is like a scale. Okay, if one is up and the other one is down, if they both go together, one lose and one win, it doesn't really work like that. You can both
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
be up at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah, exactly. You can both.
If you give
can
freedom to
both be
someone
better,
else,
right?
you're not gonna lose your freedom. It's a very difficult and to understand topic, but it's important.